Hey everyone, it's Dr. Danielle Clark. Happy holidays. You are here with the Win-Win Women Network. It is 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1 p.m. Pacific. Thank you so much for tuning in live. No worries if you're here for the recording. It is the same good information and the same good energy. Today's episode is Manifest the Best, and I am so excited to give you inside tips on considerations for manifesting the best for your 2023 and beyond. If this is your first time tuning in, thank you. It's awesome to be in your energy. I'm a business professor, cat mama, dog, I was going to say dad mama, but dog mama, kid mama, and psychic medium, intuitive life coach, and many other beautiful roles in this lifetime, including writer and wife. And so it is. So excited to do a little channeling and offer a little from my personal and professional experiences as it relates to manifesting. So first off, when I say manifesting, what exactly am I talking about? Manifesting isn't getting everything you want. We're going to talk more about that, kind of sort of the opposite. But what manifesting is vibrationally matching the universe, so you and universe can co-create and more easily bring forward things that you want that are also of service to you and your soul. So a lot of people will use manifest and say, oh, I want to manifest the trip, or I want to manifest the new guy in my life. And that's okay. We can absolutely want some specifics, but it should be much more than a list, a left brain list. It should also be a heart-centered feeling. So the first thing I want to say about manifesting is understand your why. Why do you want $1 million? Why do you want a new partner to enter your life? That's really important. When we can tap into our emotions, it gives us a clarity on what we're wanting, and it might also help us expand or shift what we're looking for, right? So for an example, if you're wanting that $1 million, if you start peeling the onion layer back a little bit, maybe what you're really looking for is the opportunity to travel, the opportunity for new and wild experiences to find you, the opportunity to go ahead and do something different that you haven't done before. So when we're tapping into our feelings, I'd recommend you want to make sure that you have a touch point, maybe once a week, once every other day, on how you're feeling towards something. So feelings are really incredibly important when manifesting, because when intention setting, we want to make sure that we're setting the right intention. We've all heard the expression, be careful for what you wish for. Understanding our feelings and our intention on why we want something helps ensure that we put together light and bright, best serving goals for ourselves. If we say with a pigeoned kind of a view, I want $1 million, I want this, or I want that. Well, we need to be careful what we wish for. You can already see in my scowl and the energy that the energy is not high vibing, and it's limited. And it actually might even be coming from a place of fear or a place of lack. And if that's the case, and we keep putting that out to the universe that this is what we want, this is what we want, we might get what we want, but it might not be in our highest good, or it might come with consequences or unperceived baggage. So when we're intention setting, again, really critical, we need to understand the feelings behind what we want. Now, I recommend when putting together intentions, especially with the new year, to keep them specific, but also open for the unknown, right? So again, manifesting, if done well, we are co-creating with the universe. And so we need to kind of say, hey, we don't have all the answers, and we trust you and know that you have some answers that we don't. So an intention that sounds very kind of boxed in would be that I want $1 million by February 1st, right? Ouch. That doesn't offer a lot of creativity. That doesn't offer maybe even anything realistic, right? So if you're looking for financial abundance, something that might offer you that same intent, but also provide a little bit more room for the universe to come in and work its magic, right? It might not be $1 million. It might not be February, but something really powerful giving you a $10,000 boost in July might happen. An intention might be, I want to receive financial abundance in expected and unexpected ways in 2023. You see the different feel for that, right? It just feels a little different. And it feels like you and the universe are co-creating, right? Now, there's certain things that are on your I want list that you're very clear. Maybe a trip to Italy, right? 2023, I'm putting it out there. I want to go to Italy. And this is something you've wanted since you were a little girl, right? And so you're very clear. You know you want to experience the food and the nightlife and all the shops and the romance and the music, like you just know, right? That's okay. There's no judgment here. But again, even just talking, there's so many beautiful feelings behind you wanting Italy. And so sure, put that through a little bit more specifically, right? Universe, I'm putting an intention out there. Please get me to Italy in 2023, right? Now, once we've done some intention setting, and it's good to have a few different dreams and goals for 2023. Definitely don't, limit yourself, right? So once you've set some intentions, you want to have some gratitude. Gratitude is a high vibing emotion. And again, anytime we're pairing with the universe is very high vibing. It is love. It is pure. So we want to come from a place of gratitude for what we already have, not coming from a place of lack. I need this trip to Italy. Not the right vibe, right? We want to feel it in our heart. I am grateful for all of the beautiful travel I've already experienced in my life. And universe, I would be grateful for this added trip, right? So again, we can feel the difference there. So gratitude and appreciation for what's coming and what we've already experienced is big. There's so many different ways we can tap into gratitude. You can have a gratitude journal. You can just say a nice little prayer in the morning and at night. And I'll pause there because so often people only take the time to pray when they need something. Pretty please, universe, send this to me, right? And I get it. I've been there too. However, prayer can and should be just to have that pause, like, hey, universe, thanks for being there. Like, hey, those in heaven, I love you, right? Like, hey, thanks for watching over me. Thanks for all these beautiful experiences. So high vibing appreciation and gratitude will also help with your manifesting. And so we're then at the part where you really need to believe it's yours, right? You need to believe it's yours, not in your head, but in your heart, right? We need to create an energetic flow. What you want needs to get to you fully. And if you believe you're not worthy of what's coming, if you believe that it's really not going to happen, if you're poo-pooing the idea for whatever reason, the high vibing energy of you attracting the new partner or the trip to Italy, it's not going to get to you or not going to get to you the way that you want it. So if you have any challenges with self-love, if you have any limiting beliefs, if you've done all of this intention setting, manifesting work, but you're really not believing it, you're just doing it out of desperation, it's not going to have the same beautiful effect. So you really need to believe. And so some of this work might have nothing to do with your actual intention. You might have to do some soul searching from your childhood, right? Like, what are your limiting beliefs about money? What are your limiting beliefs about romance, right? Maybe it's time for you to work with a therapist. Maybe it's time for you to do some energy clearing. Maybe it's time for you to do some journaling. You'll need to figure out what works best for you. But again, the goal is really making sure that once you establish your goal, like, I'm worthy of this, and I believe anything is possible. And I think that's also where our connection to universe comes in, right? Because once again, I keep saying that word co-created. Once we're co-creating with the universe, we know something special is going to happen, right? We know we're not alone. We know we're working from a place of abundance. And oftentimes, if we're not working with universe, we feel alone. So it's really important too. This might be a nice opportunity. Lean into your people in heaven. Lean into your spirituality, into your faith, to help you up that vibration, and remember to believe anything is possible. That Italy trip, right? That extra moolah, whatever you're looking for, that partner, it's possible. And having faith, right, in your spirituality can help with that. So next steps. And even though I'm giving a bit of a structure, please know there's not a perfect science in everything I give you. This is for you to take what serves you and ditch the rest. Take what serves you and ditch the rest. You might come up with a few tidbits of information that work really well for you. You might go read another article. You might go watch another video and like something a little bit better. Beautiful. Create your own. A lot of people, if they're too much in their left brain, they're like, well, what's the perfect way to manifest? Well, that's not it. I can tell you that, because again, you're thinking too logically, and manifestation is all about vibes, right? So there's no right or wrong. Come in with an open heart. Come in with clear, beautiful intentions that are going to serve the highest good of you and all. And that's the way to do it. So the next step that I am going to give you that's really important is you need to start focusing then, right? So you've done the intention setting. You're clear on what you want. You've opened your heart and your mind up to believe that this is a possibility. There now needs to be some sort of a dedication to this. A focus time, if you will, regularly. So everything's energy, right? If I tell the universe right here, right now, like, hey, universe, if you could please send me over a promotion at work, I appreciate that. And I never mention it ever again, nor do I go above and beyond at work, right? What do you think the possibilities of that promotion coming to me? The energy needs time to snowball, to get bigger and bigger and bigger. So you can't just ask for something once. You can't just pray once, right? Now, we also don't want to grip, right? I have to pray for a half hour every day. I have to say thank you every day, right? It's finding this sweet spot in between, where you are having some sort of a dedication practice, Maybe you go to yoga every Wednesday and you put a little intention here. I am here for this practice, and I am dedicating this practice to my 2023 goal of blah, blah, blah. Right? And so you've added a little energy and a little intention, right? A little focus to your goal. Again, maybe you're journaling, maybe you dedicate a walk, right? Saturday morning, I'm going to go and I'm going to connect with Mother Nature. I'm going to dedicate that walk to my goal, right? It shows the universe that you are in it, and it raises your vibration, so that way the energy gets bigger and bigger and it's easier for things to flow your way, right? And so there's so many other ways that you can focus and dedicate to. I'm a visual person, right? So this is where some stickies and some affirmations around the house might be really beneficial to you. Put up some affirmations. I am worthy. Italy is coming my way in 2023, right? Like whatever you need to see. This is also where some third eye work, really powerful. Don't only see yourself in Italy as an example. I keep using that, but it's a good example. Feel yourself in Italy, right? Do this kind of a meditation where you are experiencing yourself enjoying the gelato. You're experiencing yourself sipping the cappuccino. Like, make it a sensory experience. It builds energy, and it's that dedication for sure. But again, no gripping here, no gripping. And then you need to take action. You need to take action. You've done it up to this point. You can't just sit back and then wait for things to flow. You have to meet the universe halfway. That's the co-creating part too, right? So, okay, you've got the pictures of Italy everywhere. You're doing the sensory meditations. You're experiencing Italy. Okay, well, what else? Like, what are the barriers to you getting to Italy, and what are you doing to move forward, right? Maybe there's a financial barrier, right? Okay, maybe you decide that on the weekends you're going to start walking dogs part-time to make a little extra cash. Maybe it's learning the language. Maybe you want to go, but you've always wanted to go to really be able to immerse yourself fully in the culture, and you're not where you're at, where you want to be with your Italian. So maybe it's taking some language classes, right? So that way you don't feel as self-conscious when you go there, right? Maybe it's you don't have a job that is going to offer you enough time off, right? What can you do about that? Maybe you should start looking for other jobs. Maybe you should start exploring your employer handbook to see if there's any, certain exceptions or loopholes that maybe you weren't aware of. You have to start working. And while you're working towards it as best as possible, you have to keep yourself light and bright. So important. Now, that doesn't mean that some days you're just not going to be burnt out or in a bad mood or grumpy, right? Just because you're human doesn't mean you're going to sabotage your manifesting. I think that's really important for you to know too, right? But like attracts like. That's a big concept in manifesting. Big concept in law of attraction is like attracts like. So if you're sour every day, if you're burnt out every day, it's harder to send something high vibing and awesome to you. And you want to make sure you're available to experience it. So people that want a lot out of their manifesting, you need to be out, right? And whatever out means to you, you need to be out writing, you need to be out socializing, you need to be out networking, you need to be out with the girlfriends, you need to be out being of service in the community. Another wonderful vibe. You start giving to others, right? And then universe gives to you, right? That flow. But universe needs people, places, and things to help breadcrumb the clues, the signs and synchronicities to you to help you get closer and closer to your goals. Because oftentimes it's not just, here's the new car, right? If that's what you're wanting. It's usually something a little bit more subtle, right? All of a sudden you meet someone, and that someone has a friend who just so happens to be selling a car at a ridiculously affordable rate. And so now all of a sudden you have a new car for only $1,000 and you trust the owner, right? It's usually those stories, like those perfectly timed stories. And so if you're, always in your bedroom hibernating, right? You're not going to be available for what the universe is sending you. So make sure you're out, which is really important. Now, again, everything in moderation. That doesn't mean you can't have like a nice, comfy Netflix binge day, right? That doesn't mean that, if you're not feeling your best that you shouldn't have a nice recharge day at home. Not saying that at all, but am saying that you want to be out contributing, you want to be taking action, you want to be active in your life, so universe can be active. And then that's a lot. That's it. So a big piece of working with the universe, we need to show the universe we trust her, right? And so we don't, again, want to overgrip this. This isn't like, okay, what more can I do? What more can I do? What more can I do? No, that's energy. That's confining. That's energy of you not believing. It's like, okay, like universe, I put a lot into this today. I trust you're working as hard as me. Good night, and I love you, right? And it's like soft and sweet, and you're co-creating, and it's okay. Sometimes it's also great to stop focusing on the goal every now and then, right? Like, how you're like wanting an answer to something and you're like, what's the answer? What is the name of that restaurant? What's her name? I forget her name. And then the second you take the shower, you're like, I remember. Like, you remember in the shower. Manifesting is similar, right? So we remember in the shower because we're finally off a little bit. We're finally relaxing, right? So manifesting should be like that a little too, right? Like when you need that shower, right? And maybe that's an hour, maybe that's a day, maybe that's a week. Go ahead and turn off, right? You don't have to do your daily prayer every single day for a month, right? Maybe you're like, you know what, this week I'm just going to let things flow. I trust my hard work is paying off. I trust the universe is hearing me. And so it is. And that can be really helpful too. So before we go, I just want to take some time to dispel, to debunk a few manifesting myths too. So a few things to know. You're not always going to get what you want. Sorry for the spoiler alert. Maybe I should have put that up front, but you're not always going to get what you want for a variety of reasons. I believe that we have controllable futures. So we have a lot our free will can control, right? But I also believe that there's certain things that we wanted to experience here, that our soul wanted to experience. And I believe that the universe has a plan. And so, yes, we have a controllable future, but we can't control everything. So for whatever reason, maybe the new partner isn't in the cards in 2023. And it doesn't matter how much focus and love we put on that. And we need to be accepting of that too, because who knows, maybe the partner is coming to us in 2024 for reasons we don't know. We needed a little more time to heal. Our partner needed a little bit more time to heal for us to come together at the perfect timing. So manifesting should be out of wanting the highest good for you and all. The highest good for you and all. With that being said, you might not get everything you want. And I think coming to a level of detachment, coming to a level of acceptance is beautiful and will ensure things are going to come to you in perfect timing. And I think that also goes with another myth buster, right? Like if you throw out the date and it doesn't happen by this date, you're doing something wrong, right? No, no, maybe the energy needed more time to build, or maybe there was a block. There's so much to it, right? So much to it. And so the last thing I'll say about manifesting, kind of debunking a few things, is that it's really important that you realize that manifesting is something heart-centered. Don't be scared about it. A lot of people will say, well, I'm scared I'm going to get something I don't want, right? Your energy kind of dictates what energy is coming to you. So don't be scared. You're a very active player in this. Those intentions of saying, I want the highest good for me and all involved can really, really help. Ensuring when you are intention setting, right, you are in a neutral, calm, balanced place. But don't be scared of it, especially if you're new. But sure, it is very true, right? Like we attract our thoughts, we attract our words, we attract our behavior. Again, like attracts like. So if we're not careful, if we're putting out gossip in the world, chances are gossip's going to find us, right? And so I don't want you to be scared of that, but be aware. Don't be afraid, but be aware and use that knowledge I'm giving you as power to take control and work with the universe for your highest and brightest good. This has been beautiful. I am so grateful for sharing my knowledge on manifesting for the best. I am wishing you all happy, happy holidays. I am sending you love and light, and I want you to remember always it's the cracks in your heart that let the light shine through. I invite you to visit drdanielleclark.com if you want to set up a one-on-one with me to talk more about manifesting. If you want me to tap in psychically to give you insight from your soul on what your soul's wanting to achieve and experience in 2023, it would be my honor to serve you. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you soon. Bye now.